everyone. Welcome back to My English Teacher. I'm Emily, and I'm so happy you're here today.
Hello, Emily. Hi, everyone listening. It feels really good to be here again. I've been waiting for this episode all week.
That's great to hear, Paul. You sound full of energy today. Did you already have your coffee?
Oh, yes, I did. A big cup of hot coffee. It's strong, delicious, and gives me power to talk all day. What about you, Emily? How are you doing?
I'm doing really well, thank you. The weather is amazing today. Sunny, warm, and calm. It feels like the perfect day to talk about something new and useful.
That's true. And today's topic is really helpful. We're talking about work, but not just any kind of work.
Exactly. Today's episode is about English for the construction site and for meetings at work.
Wow, that's a good one. So many people work in construction or have meetings in English. This will help a lot of them.
Yes, and I know speaking English at work can feel scary sometimes, especially when it's noisy or fast-paced. But don't worry, we'll make it simple today.
Before we start, we'd like to ask a small favor from our friends listening.
Oh, yes. If you enjoy learning English with us, please click the like button.
And don't forget to subscribe to Miss English channel. That way, you won't miss our next episodes.
Also, share this podcast with your friends or coworkers. If they're learning English for work, this could really help them too.
Perfect. Okay, Emily, let's get started. When I think of a construction site, I imagine a lot of workers, big machines, and a lot of noise.
You're absolutely right. A construction site is always busy and full of activity, and there are some important words you should know.
Like what?
The first one is safety. Safety means staying away from danger. It's the #1 rule on any construction site.
Ah, yes, safety first. So what kind of safety things do people need there?
Good question. You must wear special clothes called safety gear. For example, a hard hat protects your head from falling objects.
A hard hat. I've seen those, usually yellow or white, right?
Yes, exactly. Bright colors make them easy to see. And for your feet, you need safety boots.
Safety boots.
Yes, they're strong shoes that protect your toes if something heavy drops. You definitely can't wear sandals on a site.
No sandals, got it. So we have the hard hat and safety boots. What else?
You'll often see people wearing a safety vest. It's that bright orange or green jacket. It helps others notice you when big trucks or machines are moving around.
Oh, I've seen those too. They're really bright. So we've got the hard hat, safety boots, and safety vest. That's the basic safety gear, right?
Exactly. In professional English, people sometimes say PPE, which means personal protective equipment. But if that feels hard to remember, you can just say safety gear.
Safety gear sounds much easier. So Emily, imagine I'm working at a construction site. What kind of English do I use with my boss or team?
Good question. You might talk about the site. That's the place where you're building something. For example, you can ask, "How is the site today?" Or, "Is the site safe?"
Nice. And what if I'm working on just one part of the building?
Then you can use words like foundation, walls, or roof. For example, "We're finishing the walls today," or "The roof will be ready next week."
Oh, that makes sense. And what about tools? There are so many tools, right?
Yes, but you don't need to know them all at once. Start with simple ones like hammer, drill, and ladder.
A ladder. I use a ladder at home when I clean or paint.
Exactly. On a construction site, you might say, "Can you pass me the hammer, please?" Or, "Is the ladder stable?"
Is the ladder stable? That's a good question. Safety again, right?
Yes, safety never stops. And remember, working in construction isn't only about tools and buildings. It's also about communication, talking clearly with your team.
That's true. I guess it's not just physical work. You have to use English a lot, especially when there are meetings or team discussions.
Exactly, and we'll talk about that part, the meetings, right after this. All right, now let's move from the noisy construction site to the meeting room. It's still work, but a little quieter. Well, sometimes.
True. Meetings can also be stressful. Even in my office, I sometimes feel nervous when I have to speak English.
I totally understand, Paul. Many people feel that way. But remember what we talked about in our confidence episode? Start small, smile, and stand tall.
Yes, that really helps. So in a meeting, what should we expect?
Usually, meetings have an agenda. That means a list of topics or plans to discuss. At the beginning, your boss might say, "Let's look at the agenda."
Oh, I see. So if I have something to say during the meeting, how can I speak politely without interrupting others?
Good question. You can use polite phrases like, "Excuse me, may I say something?" Or, "I have a question about the project."
That sounds very professional and simple. I like it.
Yes, you don't need big or difficult words to sound professional. It's all about clear and respectful communication.
Sometimes people in meetings speak very fast, especially engineers or architects. What can I do then?
That's common. Don't panic. You can say, "I'm sorry, can you speak a little slower, please?" Or, "Could you repeat that, please?"
Ah, that's polite and useful. It's better to ask than to pretend you understand.
Exactly. In construction, misunderstanding something could be dangerous or expensive.
Right. Communication, not perfection. That's what matters most.
I love that, Paul. Now, another common word you'll hear in meetings is deadline.
The deadline. That's the date when something must be finished, right?
Yes. For example, you might hear, "What's the deadline for the foundation?" Or, "We must finish by Friday."
Friday again. Why is it always Friday?
I don't know, Paul, but yes, Friday is often the magic day for deadlines. Another important word is progress.
Progress means how much work is done, right?
Exactly. You can say, "We are making good progress," or "The project is on schedule."
On schedule means everything is happening at the right time.
Perfect. And if the project is behind schedule, it means you're late.
Oh no, being behind schedule sounds stressful.
Yes, but sometimes it happens. You can explain by saying, "We're waiting for materials," or "The weather is bad."
Materials like bricks, cement, and wood.
Exactly. Just a simple sentence like, "We're waiting for the bricks," can help your boss understand the problem clearly.
That's a great tip. You don't need complex grammar, just honest, clear sentences.
That's right, and honesty is very important, both for safety and teamwork.
Speaking of teamwork, let's talk about people in the meeting. Who are usually there?
Good question. On a construction project, you might meet a few roles. For example, the foreman, that's the person who manages the workers. Then there's the architect, who designs the building, and the contractor, who takes care of the whole project.
Wow, many people. But no matter who they are, clear communication helps everyone.
Exactly. For example, if Tom, the foreman, talks too much, Sarah, the architect, could say, "Tom, let's stay focused on the agenda."
Poor Tom. But yes, staying focused is important. Otherwise, meetings last forever.
Like your famous 3-hour meeting, Paul.
Oh no, don't remind me. That one felt like a movie.
A good meeting should be short and clear, and if your boss asks you for your opinion, don't panic. Just take a breath and say what you think.
Like, I think the plan is good, or I think we need more time.
Exactly. Simple, clear, and honest. You don't need perfect grammar to sound professional.
That makes me feel much more confident. Even if my English isn't perfect, I can still speak up.
That's the spirit, Paul. Confidence grows when you use your English, not when you hide it.
Yes. So we've covered safety gear, site vocabulary, and meeting English. Do you have one more special tip for our listeners?
Actually, yes, taking notes.
Ah, writing things down during a meeting?
Exactly. When your boss gives instructions or when people discuss something important, write it in your notebook. It helps you remember and shows that you care.
That's smart. It also looks professional.
Yes, and if you don't know a word, write it down. Later, you can check it at home.
I like that. It's simple but powerful.
And at the end of the meeting, you can say, "Thank you for the meeting," or "See you on the site tomorrow."
See you on the site tomorrow. That's a nice way to end, friendly and polite.
Exactly. It's the little details that make your English sound natural and warm. All right, Paul, before we finish, let's take a quick moment to remember what we talked about today. It was a busy conversation, just like a real construction site.
Yes, it really was. We covered so many useful things, from safety to meetings. Let's see if I can remember them all.
Okay, let's start from the beginning. What's the most important thing on a construction site?
That's easy. Safety. You always need to stay safe and wear your safety gear.
Perfect. And what's part of the safety gear?
A hard hat for your head, safety boots for your feet, and a bright safety vest so everyone can see you.
Exactly. Those are the basics. And we learned that some people call them PPE, which means personal protective equipment. But safety gear is easier for beginners to say.
Yes, I like safety gear better. It feels friendly and simple.
Then we talked about the site itself, the place where everything happens.
Right. The site has parts like the foundation, walls, and roof. We even talked about tools, the hammer, the drill, and the ladder.
Good memory. And remember that short phrase, "Is the ladder stable?" A perfect safety question.
Yes, and then after that we moved from the noisy site to the quiet meeting room.
That's right. We practiced some polite meeting phrases.
Like, "Excuse me, may I say something?" Or, "I have a question about the project." Those are great.
Exactly. And we also talked about agenda, the list of things to discuss during a meeting.
Oh yes, the agenda keeps everyone on track. And we also learned deadline, the time when work must be finished.
Usually on Friday, right?
Always Friday. And then progress, which means how much work is done.
Right. When everything is going well, you say, "We're on schedule." But if you're late, you say, "We're behind schedule."
I hope I'm never behind schedule again. That's a stressful situation.
True. But even when that happens, being honest is the best choice. You can explain simply, "We're waiting for materials," or "The weather is bad."
Yes, clear and honest communication keeps everyone safe and happy.
Exactly. And don't forget the people in the meeting. The foreman, the architect, and the contractor each has a role.
But no matter who you're talking to, respect and clear English always help.
Well said, Paul. I like how you remembered everything.
Thank you, Emily. This conversation actually made me feel like I could visit a construction site and talk to people there in English.
You'd look great in a yellow hard hat.
I'll take that as a compliment. But really, I think this topic helps people build confidence at work.
That's the goal. English isn't just grammar, it's connection, communication, and courage.
I love that. Connection, communication, and courage.
Yes, and remember our last tip, taking notes.
Right. Writing down new words or ideas helps you remember and shows your boss that you care.
Exactly. When you write things down, you can review later and learn faster. It's a small action, but it makes a big difference.
That's true. And at the end of a meeting, you can say something polite like, "Thank you for the meeting," or "See you on the site tomorrow."
That always leaves a nice impression. Being kind and respectful is part of good communication.
Emily, I think this might be one of my favorite episodes so far.
Mine too, Paul. It's practical, real, and full of everyday English.
And it reminds people that learning English isn't about being perfect, it's about being brave enough to try.
Exactly. Every word you say is a small step toward confidence.
Well said. So, everyone listening, take these phrases, practice them, and use them in your next meeting or at work.
Yes, speak slowly, clearly, and don't be afraid to ask questions. People will respect you for that.
And if you ever feel nervous, just remember, you're not alone. We're learning together.
That's true. We're here for you every week, so don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet.
And please share this episode with your friends or coworkers. Maybe they need some English for work too.
We'd also love to hear from you. Tell us in the comments, do you use English at your job? What's your favorite tool or phrase from today's episode?
Yes, maybe your favorite tool is a hammer, a ladder, or just your notebook. Whatever it is, share your story with us.
We always enjoy reading your messages. It makes our day brighter.
Absolutely. So thank you everyone for joining us today.
Stay safe on the site, be confident in your meetings, and keep practicing your English.
See you next time, friends. Take care and keep learning.
Bye, everyone.